Listen to my African culture.
My name's Amara Kamara and I'm born in the UK. My father's from Sierra Leone and I've joined this group Poppylands to make a film, onto how to combat racism. We interviewed people in Kings Lynn to find out what they thought about racism.
What have you experienced, in racial matters? Do you feel comfortably?
In racial matters, I tell you what, in 2003, if I'm not mistaken, I was attacked here in Kings Lynn, about attack really, they beat me, more than 20 guys,
Hello and welcome to a discussion about racism. I have an interviewee with some interesting opinions. Can you tell me a little bit about what you think about the problems that the asylum seekers and the Eastern Europeans and Portuguese and, them foreign nationals that are coming into the area, the problems they're facing? Can you tell me a little bit about them? Do you think it's them that are causing the problems or is it somebody causing problems against them? Can you give me your views on that, please?
Yeah, quite frankly, I don't see a problem with the immigrants, wherever they may come from. I think the problem lies with the locals, to be quite frank. I've lived here for 3 years, I've got a rough idea what goes on. No problem with the immigrants, it's the locals who cause the problems.
So what is your opinion of Kings Lynn as a town, as a city?
Yeah, I think Kings Lynn is very cool, it's the place that we can adopt people in different countries and everything like that, but the only thing now that I'm worried about is the crime. It's going up high, and you can see every now and then the car smashed, the windows are smashed, and the stereos they're taken, and the wheels, everything like that. So that's what I'm scared about. But the place itself is very cool and kind.
It's people being small-minded. I don't care whether somebody's skin is black, white, pink or green. You've just got to look at the person. Don't judge a book by its cover.
I was living in Wisbech, where I've seen that racism is a problem in Wisbech, where I moved to a bigger town like Kings Lynn. I don't experience any racism here. The moment I enjoy myself, I used to go to clubs, never found any problem with that. But in Wisbech, it's a small town, it's racist, and your car is being damaged and all that. So that's why I moved here, and I don't see a problem that racist is.
It's a very touchy subject, but having lived in a lot of places, I find that immigrants do not do themselves any favours by putting themselves into ghettos and not communicating with the local people. Simple as that. They make their rod for their own back in certain ways.
When I had just come to Kings Lynn, it was totally different. I felt a little bit out of place or isolated. I didn't feel so free, but when I would look at the kids, try to say hello, they were all hiding behind their moms, and I was wondering why this is so. But with time, I'm getting to understand what's happening, but I'll adjust, and I'm adjusting. But I love being free. I love making friends. Yeah.
And what about the blacks that are born here?
Well, as far as I'm personally concerned, the blacks that are born here are as English as I am.
But can you tell the difference when you see them in the street?
Yes.
The difference between one that's born here and one that's not born here?
Yes, definitely.
And how do you do that?
The black man who wasn't born here has normally got his head down. The black man who was born over here walks around like a normal Englishman or Britishman.
I really looked at it like that. Wouldn't you have said that was a bit of a racist sort of remark?
Not really, no. It doesn't matter whether the guy's black, white, pink or green. If you see a guy walking along the road and his head's down like that, you think either he's pissed off or he's got something to hide.
Okay, I see.
Well, I'm from England. I was born in London and grew up there, and I didn't really think about my colour until I moved to Kings Lynn, and because people don't really think about them. Well, people ain't really got a problem with it where I grew up anyway. So, but when I came here, I started noticing the changes and stuff, and people staring at you, calling you names and stuff, and I don't know, it brought out quite a bit of anger in me and everything, but I suppose you get used to it and people get used to seeing your face around and everything, but it's not easy. Don't really like having to walk around feeling like out of place and stuff like that, and it makes you feel, people make you feel like you're not as good as them or stuff like that. They try and act like they're better than you, and in myself I know that it's not true. That's all I've got to say at the moment.
As a white Anglo-Saxon, I've suffered racism mainly in South Africa, but I mean, in this country, for example, if you were a black person and you sent an application off for a job and they said, no, sorry, you can't have it because you're black, well, they'd be held to pay. I did the same thing in South Africa, and due to affirmative action, they said, no, sorry, you're white, you can't have a job here. Well, that's racism.
But, you know, it never used to be like that, did it? I mean, black people never even had a job quite a few years ago with the apartheid times.
I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, I think you're dead right. I think apartheid was totally wrong in South Africa, but it's now swung far too the other way.
Have you experienced racism at all in this town?
Yes, I do. Even now, sometimes people will ask me, "Hey, you black man, where are you going? Where you come from? When are you going back to your country?" And something like that. You come here and give us some diseases and something like that. But I can adopt those things. I can take those things because, well, where I come from, we've been raised in a very difficult situation, and so then it's nothing like, to me, that's nothing, because we've been in apartheid for a long of decades, so then here, but it's nothing to me. Yeah, I'm not worried all about those things, because those people, I think they don't know what they are saying. They just say what comes from their mind. It's what I can say to you there.
I was attacked for 20 guys because I was a black guy, yeah. And today I'm in the street. They can talk to me and they can send me any bad mouth for me. I don't care. Yeah, I just turn my back, I'm going to my way.
Basically, you're all about working and making your own money, yeah?
Yeah, that is my point. Work, make money, have a good life, give a good situation to my kid, and help Kings Lynn grow up.
Yeah.
Is what I'm doing. Yeah, helping Kings Lynn come to the top.
So in the last 6 years, you've never thought of, leaving Kings Lynn and going to another place, bigger place?
I think every day. Yeah.